Good afternoon, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Acting Superintendent Stephen Bates, and I have the honour of being the MC for this afternoon's ceremony. To begin with, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today and recognise their continuing connection to land, water and community. I honour the elders past, present and emerging. It is my great privilege to welcome you here today to this memorial service to remember and honour our fallen firefighter and friend, Izzy Nash. This is a period of great sadness, and Izzy's loss has been felt throughout the fire services and the community across this nation and overseas. But none more so than here, by our partner, family, friends, and colleagues in Queensland, and our extended fire service family. I warmly welcome Izzy's partner Beck and the Nash family, her father Phil, mother Maggie, Beck's family and all the friends and relatives that join us here today. And I offer the condolences of all here on the loss of your loved one. I also welcome all Izzy's firefighter friends and colleagues, all Fire and Rescue Service staff and the broader QFES community. I'd like now to welcome and acknowledge our distinguished guests. Lieutenant Commander Nicholas Robinson, on behalf of Her Excellency Dr. Jeanette Young, the Governor of Queensland. The Honourable Anastasia Palaszczuk, MP, Premier of Queensland and Minister for Olympic and Paralympic Games. The Honourable Dr. Stephen Miles, MP, Deputy Premier and Minister for State Development, Infrastructure, Local Government and Planning. The Honourable Mark Ryan, MP, Minister for Police and Corrective Services and Minister for Fire and Emergency Services. All Queensland Government Ministers here today. Mr David Crisafulli, MP, Leader of the Opposition. Elected representatives of the Queensland Legislature. Mr Mike Wassing, Acting Commissioner, Queensland Fire and Emergency Services, and all QFES senior executives. Commissioners, Chief Fire Officers and their representatives from across Australia. Welcome to all other invited guests and members of the community. I'd now like to welcome QFES Senior Chaplain Derek Whitehouse to also welcome you here today.
It is with great sadness that we gather today to remember and honour Izabella Nash, known to many as Izzy. Not only was Izzy an outstanding firefighter, but she was also an outstanding individual. We give thanks for knowing her. To those she loved the most, to Beck, to Maggie and Philip, Izzy's parents, her sister Elizabeth, Taylor and Corey, niece and nephew, Beck's family, and all those who loved her, we come to bear witness and share in your loss. I can assure you that every firefighter, whether here or on duty, stand with you in your grief, as does the broader QFES community. Our hearts go out to all of you. Thank you for the gift of today. This morning as a family, you have laid Izzy to rest. We recognise the emotional and physical cost that comes with this, and now for your attendance at this service, we cannot thank you enough. Your generosity is a gift that we cannot repay. This memorial service allows us to come together to honour a brave servant of the people of Queensland and to acknowledge the life of a regular person who lived an extraordinary life. It also allows us space to grieve together, to share together and to reconnect with one another after what has been a difficult time for all. As we share this time, let us join as one large family, caring and supporting each other. Thank you for being here today. Whether in person or online, your presence brings comfort as we remember and pay tribute to Izabella "Izzy" Nash. Please, if you are able, would you stand for the entry procession?
Thank you. Could you all be seated? I'd now like to invite Acting Commissioner Mike Wassing to the stage to make his address.
Good afternoon, special guests, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to start by acknowledging those most important to Izzy. Beck, Maggie, Phil, Elizabeth, Taylor, Corey, and I honour your beloved Izzy. You have our support and utmost respect. On behalf of Commissioner Greg Leach and the entire Queensland Fire and Emergency Services, I want to again extend my sincere condolences to you all. I also wish to extend our support and condolences to Izzy's fellow crew and the broader Fire and Rescue Service that are here today and those that are online. Izzy commenced her Fire and Rescue Service in August 2014. She graduated from her recruit course and started her first shift at Mount Omni Station in December of that year. In her progression to the rank of first-class firefighter, Izzy worked with many Brisbane region firefighters and all shifts, mostly on the south side. But ultimately her work home was 10 Station, Acacia Ridge, and her work family were the A-shift crew. Izzy's success and professional ability was supported by her unquestionable commitment to high standards, commitment to her colleagues, commitment to serving the community. Her life of service was no doubt one that Phil, a retired police officer, was particularly proud of. For those that knew her best, it's no surprise that Izzy excelled as a firefighter. A life of service is driven by a sense of purpose, a desire to be there for others in times of emergency. Izzy's drive and desire were clear to everyone when they worked with her. It was her admirable focus on others that meant the Fire and Rescue Service was the perfect fit for Izzy. For a firefighter career is more than just a job. It's a way of life. You become part of a firefighting family, a strong family. It is made up of members who share that same commitment and dedication. People who put others ahead of themselves. Extraordinary humans who demonstrate courage beyond all expectations. They form a unique and lasting bond that are built on having each other's backs during the most challenging times. It's a tight-knit family, and one that Izzy was and always will be a highly valued member of. During the past weeks, it's been my privilege to spend some time with many of her closest colleagues and to listen as they fondly shared stories of Izzy. In their time of grief and devastation, they're remembering her as a special person who brought a vibrant energy to the family. They are mourning the loss of one of their own, the loss of a wonderful colleague, the loss of a dear friend. They are missing her greatly. And as a service and a family, we will continue to support you as you navigate the tough weeks, months, and years ahead. Beck, your loss is unimaginable. You're one of us. And I know the thoughts of every member of our family, and especially with you. We hope you find strength in knowing that we will always be here for you and with you. Beyond Izzy's immediate crew, in fact right across the fire service, kind sentiments have echoed. People are talking of Izzy's remarkable dedication. Maggie, Phil and Elizabeth, your daughter, your sister, was an outstanding firefighter and a highly valued member of the crew. You're rightly proud of her contribution and achievements. We're hearing every day of Izzy's determination and attention to detail. She was known as a hard and capable worker. She was particularly focused on mentoring and helping new recruits. Izzy was someone that they could reach out to and help guide them. She was a role model. And as I'm sure she was also as an auntie to you, Taylor and Corey. Assertive and confident, with strong convictions and uncompromising values. Her diligence and perfectionism meant that she could be relied upon to complete the task to the highest standard. She took pride in wearing the fire rescue uniform and was always immaculately dressed and presented from the first day she stood on the parade ground as a recruit. Along with her determination and focus, colleagues are remembering how much Izzy was fun to be around. Easy to get along with, always up for a laugh. Entertaining others as she spoke of her four-wheel drive adventures and love for motorbike riding. A mischievous grin creeping in when she described her slick wheels. Her passion and enthusiasm for the job was only surpassed by her deep love and care for her family and her friends. She often shared and spoke of her and Beck's dreams for the future and the plans that they had for their property with her adored Border Collie, Billy. Izzy had a balance of tremendous personal and professional qualities that people admired. And above all, it was clear that her family and her fire service was very dear to her, and she's very dear to us. Beck, Maggie, and Phil, your Izzy certainly made a mark on this service. She has left an impression on us all, and a positive impact that she had on those that worked with her will be her legacy. She will live forever. Be appreciative. We will live forever and be appreciative of those and that she joined our family. The service and sacrifice of first-class firefighter Izabella Nash will never be forgotten.
Thank you, Mr. Wassing. I would now like to invite Station Officer Fiona Rose to make her personal firefighter address.
Good afternoon. Well, what a turnout in honour of Iz. And as much as she would have hated this pomp and ceremony, I think she would appreciate us all coming together to support each other and to pay our respects. First and foremost, to Beck and Izzy's wonderful family, please know you are surrounded by love and support, and you always will be. My name is Station Officer Fiona Rose, but Iz knows me as Fee. We're at the Academy at the same time, completing our respective recruit courses and formed a bond due to our military background, later cemented by our desire to be good at our job. I'm honoured to have been asked by Beck to speak from the perspective of Izzy's colleagues, and not knowing where one would start, I soon realised that just saying it how it is what Iz would have wanted. So here we go. So the other day, my little boy was playing up a treat, as little ones do, and he's digging his heels in. And I said to him, "Mate, why are you being so stubborn?" He looks at me "What does stubborn mean, Mum?" And I smiled, because Iz is so front and centre to our minds at the moment. Of course, she pops into my mind. And I said to him, "Sweetheart, to be stubborn means you are headstrong or determined." But it did stop me in my tracks, and it got me thinking as to what it means to be stubborn. And somehow the term stubborn comes with negative connotations. And yes, this may be true when you combine stubbornness with arrogance, recklessness, or selfishness. But if you combine stubbornness or being strong-willed, if you combine that with having high expectations of professionalism, an insatiable work ethic, and dedication and loyalty to your community, your organisation, and your crew, if you combine those exceptional attributes with someone who is headstrong, well, now that is special. And that was Iz. It's true what has been said of Iz. She was the first up, always hands on the gear, and would always take juniors under her wing. No one here would disagree that her thirst for knowledge was unrelenting. She was steadfast and passionate in her quest for equality, but unbiased, non-diplomatic equality. Equality earned through hard work and dedication, regardless of gender. But don't just take my word for it. To honour her journey through her career, I sought inspiration in the form of a snapshot from some of those who knew her along the way. From two of Izzy's instructors, Gilda D. Felice and Rolly Buchanan. The QFES recruit course is a 4-month-long intense and challenging time for all the recruits. Therefore, as instructors, we witness both the best and the worst of an individual's traits as they negotiate this arduous course. As instructors, we knew Izzy only as Recruit Nash. And as Recruit Nash of Course 89, 2014, made a strong and lasting impression. She was extremely determined, dedicated, and capable. Izzy was physically fit, operated independently and professionally, and always showed respect and a willingness to take on all challenges presented to her with passion. Recruit Nash was an exemplary student. She was a good listener, a fast learner, and fully focused on doing her absolute best. We watched her career develop, and it was clear that her enthusiasm and love of the job never waned. We feel honoured to have played a part in the firefighting career that Izzy loved so much. From a senior colleague. Reflecting on my time spent with Izabella, these are the words I feel are fitting. Dedicated, honest, resilient, and intelligent. From a junior colleague, Michael Vandervlist. Izzy consistently put others before herself. She pushed me to know more and be more. She was my mentor and my friend. I'm a better person and firefighter for knowing her. I will think of her every time I don my breathing apparatus or take up the branch. From her station officer, Michael Yates. My name is Michael Yates, and I am proudly now and forever Izzy's station officer. I can tell you in all honesty that I've never met a more dedicated and giving firefighter, not only in her job role, but also in the person that she was. I was proud to mentor her while she was going through the senior firefighter program, with every aspect of station management, to the point that sometimes I think she was mentoring me. I let her ride the front seat to actual jobs, and she needed very little support after the first few incidents she was in charge of. It didn't take me long to feel very confident that practically she would be an excellent role model in this position too. She would have made an excellent senior firefighter, and this was something I was hoping as Izzy had become over time my longest serving firefighter on my shift, my right hand and my best friend. I wish I had said more, how proud I was of her efforts. In my eyes, she was already there. We all know how passionately vocal Izzy can get, and this is one event that comes to mind. I'm in the duty office, copping a highly vocal Izzy who's expressing to me her thoughts on whatever it was, never frivolous issues with Izzy. So she's going off, and my senior firefighter at the time, John Tapsell, was in the room next door and provided me with the typical support that you would get in the fire service from your team. He texted me, "Sucks to be you." Izzy was strong-willed, super fit, capable and outgoing. She would share her and Beck's adventures with us, too many to mention here, and will forever be in my heart. So now we burn with grief and loss, but tomorrow at any fire station, the lights will come on, the bells will sound, and we will answer the call. We are a fire family. My shift and I are shattered with her loss and devastated for Beck and Izzy's family, and I will carry the events of that night to my grave. So here we all stand, looking back at 3 weeks that have changed lives forever, reflecting on a beautiful soul taken too soon, and we wonder where we go to from here. Now what? Well, we have two choices. We go back to living the lives we were living, doing the job we were doing, or we honour Iz. We honour her by being better, by doing better. Truly, that is all she would ask of us. So when you leave here today, go back on shift, be better than you were yesterday, learn something new every day, go the extra mile for a colleague or member of the community, put more effort in, be selfless, and if you need a reminder as to why, think of Iz.
Well done, Station Officer Rose. I'd now like to invite Izzy's partner, Beck Weinert, and Izzy's niece, Taylor Tony, to the stage to make an address on behalf of the families.
For those of you that don't know me, my name is Beck, and this is Isabella's niece, Taylor. We stand before you today with heavy hearts, grieving the loss of an extraordinary individual who meant the world to us, my partner, Izabella Nash. As a family, we would like to express our deepest gratitude for your presence and support during this difficult time. We take solace in knowing that we are not alone in our sorrow and that Iz touched the lives of so many. I hope that she looks upon everyone here today to see the impact and the reach that her life has had. To us, Iz was the essence of determination, strength, loyalty, and caring. She was passionate and driven in all that she did. The qualities that she embodied was an inspiration to all of us. The fire service provided Iz with a sense of purpose. Her dedication to study and training for both herself and others was unwavering. She was an exceptional firefighter who had passion for teaching junior firefighters the complexities of pump operations, firefighting, equipment use, and what to do at an incident. The depth of her knowledge and her skills is what I and others admired and looked to her for guidance. Beyond this unwavering dedication, Iz was an incredible human being. Resembling a pillar of strength, she was the matriarch of her family. She was the confidant, the teacher, the mediator, the MacGyver. Her fierce loyalty and caring nature left us feeling protected and nurtured. We marvel at her dedication and unwavering commitment to giving her all in everything she did. Her steadfast adherence to the highest of standards has left an indelible mark on our lives. For me personally, my life with Iz has been one packed full of adventure and memories. We have explored new countries and camped and travelled our way around Australia, from swimming and fishing the coastlines and the islands to being nearly carried away by flies of the outback, where we hiked and explored gorges, rocky outcrops and barren lands. It was here, in the freedom, the vastness and the unexplored, that she found peace. From a life of adventures, it was also one of new experiences. She taught me to ride dirt bikes, jet skis and to snowboard. Our life together was full. But as truly grateful for all that you have done for me is, it is not that which I miss. I miss that you are my rock. You are the strongest, the softest, most determined person I have ever known. I will miss that you used to select a show on TV and fall asleep in minutes. I'll miss our conversations, playing our silly games with Billy, planning our future together and exploring life with you. You are my person and I am yours. I may not have got to spend as long with you as I would have liked, but I am blessed for the time that we did share. Until we meet again, I miss you always.
Thank you. I'd now like to invite the Brisbane River City Clipper Chorus to take up position for their first song, Lean on Me.
Sometime in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there is always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for I know that it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if you have things to borrow, for no one can fill all of your needs. If you wanna let them show, you just call on me, brother, if you need a hand, 'cause we all need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, sister, if you need a hand, 'cause we all need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, if you need a hand, 'cause we all need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, sister, if you need a hand, 'cause we all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for I know that it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Thank you, Chorus. I'd like now to invite firefighter Bree Ostapovich to take up position at the bell. The bell used in this service is the same bell that was used in the bell tower of the Ithaca Fire Station on Enoggera Terrace. The bell was used to summon firefighters to the station to respond to fires in the area. Today the bell is tolled to summon the spirit and the memory of Izzy, to remember our fallen colleague and her family, and to summon her friends and colleagues to honour and pay their respects for her sacrifice. At the tolling of the bell, I'll invite you all to observe a minute's silence to reflect and remember Izzy. Firefighter First Class Izabella Nash. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Bree. I will now call for the laying of the wreaths in the following order. Lieutenant Commander Nicholas Robinson, on behalf of Her Excellency Dr. Jeanette Young. The Honourable Anastasia Palaszczuk, MP, Premier of Queensland and Minister for Olympic and Paralympic Games. The Honourable Mark Ryan, MP, Minister for Police and Corrective Services and Minister for Fire and Emergency Services. Mr. David Christofouli, MP, Leader of the Opposition. Mr. Mike Wassing, Acting Commissioner, QFES. Firefighter Paul Kaczakowski, on behalf of Acacia Ridge Fire Station and all regions firefighters. John Oliver, United Firefighters Union. Alan Young, Retired Firefighters Association. I'd like to thank all the wreath layers this afternoon. If there are any other wreaths or flowers you'd like to place, please feel free to do so after the service. I'd now like to invite Acting Inspector Sandra Engel to the stage to read the Firefighter's Prayer.
A firefighter's prayer. When I'm called to duty, God, wherever flames may rage, give me strength to save some life, whatever be its age. Help me embrace a little child before it is too late, or save an older person from the horror of that fate. Enable me to be alert and hear the weakest shout, and quickly and efficiently to put that fire out. I want to feel my calling and give the best in me, to guard my every neighbour and protect their property. And if, according to my fate, I am to lose my life, please bless with your protecting hand all those I've loved in life.
Thank you, Sandra. I'd like to invite back again the chorus to sing the second song for this evening, The Irish Blessing. Thank you, chorus. I think a little applause would be right about now. I'd now like to invite the Commissioner of QFES to make a presentation of Izzy's helmet and a memorial Fire and Rescue Service flag to his partner Beck and the Nash family, accompanied by the Senior Chaplain. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Chaplain. I'll now invite the Chaplain back to the stage to say some final words.
Today is a sacred day where we come together to honour a life and mourn a loss that came much earlier than anyone could have expected. Time stands still for just a moment as we acknowledge that someone has touched our lives, has left an imprint on our hearts, and our lives are changed forever. There are no words to express the mixture of feelings that surrounds each person here, as we acknowledge that this amazing, courageous person is no longer here to share life with. This is a solemn and special moment where we can let tears flow and let laughter heal, where we can share stories and begin the journey of turning those stories into memories. Washington Irvin reminds us, there is a sacredness in tears. They are not the mark of weakness, but of power. They speak more eloquently than 10,000 tongues. They are messengers of overwhelming grief and unspeakable love. Can I urge you to be kind and patient with one another? Look after each other and allow the other to experience grief in the way that fits them best. If you feel you need help, or if you're not sure why you're feeling this way, please reach out to someone. Maybe today is the perfect time to ask that question. Are you okay? Queensland firefighters are on duty today. We will serve tomorrow. We will fulfil our duties, and we will stand together to continue to keep our state safe. What kind of person willingly enters a blaze where little, if anything, can survive and fight for as long as they are able to put that fire out? Our firefighters do, and they do it well. When I think of our firefighters and what they are asked to do, I think of such words as bravery, conviction, courage, determination, helpful, honesty, inspirational, integrity, protective, self-sacrifice, selfishness, strength. Our firefighters are ordinary people who rush in to help others in the face of danger and adversity, and do so because they genuinely care about the safety and the well-being of others. They engage in acts of heroism on a daily basis and have concern and care for the people around them. Yet when I personally speak to them of their bravery, They usually shrug it off and tell me that they're, well, just doing my job. Please, on behalf of all Queenslanders, can you continue to just do your job? We need you. It takes both skill and self-confidence to rush in where others fear to tread. A person who rushes into a burning building to save another person is not just extraordinarily brave, they also recognise and accept the potential risk or sacrifice made by taking these heroic actions. Firefighters Izabella Nash and Leah Drew started their shift the same as they did most days. They turned up for work, ready for what the day may hold. The call came for them and their crews to respond. They donned their turnout gear and with their crews rushed to the scene, ready to do what every firefighter is trained to do, to fight and defeat the fire. They bravely and confidently entered the fight, but this gift of bravery came at great cost. Izzy was lost to the fire and her family paid the ultimate sacrifice. The greatest gift we can give in return is to honour and remember this sacrifice, which we as a fire service pledge to do at our memorial services every October across the state, where we remember all our fallen heroes who gave their lives in the line of duty. We pause at this time to recognise firefighter Leah Drew, her family, friends and colleagues as she endures the long path of recovery from the serious injuries that she suffered in that incident. We pray for her healing of body, mind and spirit and recognise her selfless actions in service to the community. To those who served with Izzy, we especially think of Acacia Ridge 510 Alpha A shift. We acknowledge your pain and loss. To all those who turned out at the fire and fought alongside her, we thank you for your service, your bravery and your tears. To those who loved Izzy, we surround you with our thoughts, our prayers and our hearts. We do not have the words, we are speechless to comprehend, but we stand with you together as one. Izzy has left this life and her living made a difference and will continue to do so as we remember her in our hearts, where her influence and spirit will live on forever. And now a final blessing. Go into this world in peace. Hold on to that which is good. Do not pay evil for evil. Strengthen the fearful. Support the weak. Help the suffering. Show love to everyone. Care for and serve others. Rejoice when they rejoice. Mourn when they mourn. With the blessing God, 3 in 1. May their love be among you and remain with you always. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Izzy's name will now be added to the AFAC National Emergency Services Memorial in Canberra, which honours the commitment and sacrifice of fire and emergency services personnel from Australia and New Zealand who have died in the line of duty. Izzy's name will also be added to the Queensland State Honour Roll, which commemorates all those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Izzy's name will be called each year at all regions' commemorative services for fallen firefighters, and the bell will again be tolled in her honour. May she rest in eternal peace. Thank you all for attending the ceremony this afternoon as we remember, honour Izzy's sacrifice. Just a final reminder, if you have any flowers or wreaths, please feel free to bring them up to the front after the service. And please join us for refreshments at the end of the service. Could we all now stand for the final conclusion procession? Thank you all.